Hey everyone, I just wanted to come on here to debunk some fucking law of assumption / law of attraction rules that I have actually experienced in my own reality while manifesting. The first one I want to talk about is robotic affirming. I know this has been going around in the law of assumption community, and we all know that yes, you can robotic affirm. I am proof of this. I was told about the 1008 technique, and that is how I manifested actually a lot of my stuff, was doing 1008 of each affirmation, which is a shit ton, but I did 1008 and I did it in a row. I didn't split it up. I was doing 1008 in a row every single day. And I did this for 2 weeks, and I got a phone call from someone that this person was like against talking on the phone. Okay, so I did 1008 for about 2 weeks, and I finally got that phone call. It wasn't the phone call that I had wanted it to be, probably because I had a bunch of other beliefs that were in my head, that were in the frame of this desire that I wanted, but I still got it. But I don't know if any of you have tried to affirm that many times in a row, but there's no way for you to be like, say it in a natural way or in a way that's convincing to your subconscious. No, definitely not. I robotically affirmed like a motherfucker, and it still showed up. So there is that one debunked. Let's see. You need to be focused on your affirmations. No, you fucking don't. Half the time when I'm affirming, I literally am thinking of other things while I'm affirming. Like, I have like double brain where I'm like just off in la la land thinking of like all the things I have to do, but I'm still affirming and I still get my shit. So no, you fucking don't. Reacting. People say like, if you react, you're not gonna get your shit, blah 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 blah. Okay, not true. I've also reacted. While I was trying to manifest a 3 POA, I was pretty good about being on my mental diet, but I did react probably 3 different times. But the difference is I did continue to just get back on my mental diet and persist in it, but I did react and I still got what I wanted. Let's see. You can't talk or live in lack. Okay. This actually goes with 2 things that I want to debunk right now, actually. One is that Sammy says that you have to persist in it, otherwise it's going to take a long time, or I don't know. Anyways, I had learned about the law of attraction first, right? So I had learned about a technique where you imagine getting whatever you want and then doing something loving with it. And so I had imagined, and you have to create a way with this technique. It was, you have to create a way that's believable to your mind. So I was like, okay, my dad, that I haven't seen since I was like really young, is a drug addict. He's just not a good person. I was like, okay, like, he's on disability. I was like, maybe I would get money, because I was trying to get a lot of money at the time. I was like, maybe, I'd get an inheritance from like maybe him, or maybe, something like that, which I know that sounds terrible, but I'm just saying, like, that was the most believable way for me to get like a ton of money, is through an inheritance. Well, then I imagined myself, what I would do with it is I would give it to my cousin. I would give it to my family. I would, do good things with it. And so I imagined like getting an inheritance and giving it to somebody good. But then, so I imagined this scene. I imagined it 3 times, you guys. 3 fucking times. I didn't persist until it hardened into fact. I had money issues. I had a lot of beliefs about money. I still had all those same beliefs. I wasn't working on my beliefs or anything like that. I looped it 3 times as I went to bed 1 time, and I went through a bunch of bullshit in my home life, and then I moved out of my house, and I completely forgot about it. Like, I literally forgot about it. And 4 months went by. And this is where I was telling you that the you can't talk or live in lack. This is what I'm talking about. I was running out of money. I did not have a fucking job at the time. Like, things were just really fucking bad for me, okay? Like, really bad. And um I didn't have a dime to my fucking name. I was literally running out of fucking money. I was doing Postmates, and I had no gas to put in my car. My car was breaking down. Just, I was like, holy fuck. Like, but I guess maybe I had this belief that the universe always chimes in right when you need it, because there's that song by, I think it's Lee Shaways, that says, by the nick of my hair, the skin of my teeth, I'm not gonna stress because the worst ain't happened yet. But the universe always comes in right when you need it, right? Like, so I kind of had that belief, but I was literally saying, I'm broke. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do it. Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. Like, I was stressing. I was living in a state of lack. I was like, not, mm-mm. I was not affirming or persisting. I was not changing my beliefs. And guess what? Literally at my last penny, right when my car was breaking down, my grandparents called me and they said, "Hey, we have something for you." Crazy. Like, I had no idea what it was. I wasn't thinking it was like money or anything like that. My great grandma had died probably a month or two before this had happened. And like, I'm not close with her. She's not even like blood to me, anything like that. And I found out when I went to my grandparents' house that I actually did get an inheritance. It didn't come the way I thought it would, but I did get an inheritance from my great grandma. She was very old, like very, very old. She had been in a home for a while. She had continuously been falling, and I honestly, I don't think that I like manifested her death or anything. I think that it just came in the way that, I don't know, it's very weird. But and the even more weird thing is none of the grandkids, especially not on our side because we're not blood related, but none of the grandkids got like money. It was just like the kids. I guess we're the great grandkids, but it was just the kids and the grandkids that got money. And my mom had died in 2017. So yeah, I ended up getting my mom's inheritance that she would have got. So I wasn't even supposed to get any money. So I didn't get like a whole lot. I got $4,000, which is, it helped me so much at the time. I was so grateful. But yeah, I got $4,000, and I wasn't affirming that I was rich. I wasn't affirming anything. I literally was just like freaking the fuck out. So there you go. That is, I'm not saying that you should like talk in lack and live in lack and stuff. I'm just saying that, like, you're still gonna get your shit, and I don't think you need to stress out as much as most of us do, because it's coming. It's always coming. You just don't always see what's happening or what needs to happen in order for it to happen, and you want it right this fucking second. We all do. And so, we think we know the best, but sometimes we don't, and sometimes there's a better way. And yeah, anyways, yeah, you must persist or it will take a long time. This took 4 months, you guys. I did not persist in it. I imagined it 3 times, fell asleep, forgot about it, and 4 months later, there it was. And I told my friend about this, and he was like, "No, you're lucky. That would never happen, blah, 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 blah." Well, some things can't be explained, you guys. And I'm just saying, like, this is debunking a bunch of bullshit. Let's see. You have to have a good self-concept to manifest. I do think that, like, if you have underlying issues, that this is a problem. But I had affirmed that so-and-so loves my voice or loves the sound of my voice, and I fucking hated the sound of my voice, you guys. Like, I was like, it's so disgusting, blah, 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 blah. And this person still said they love the sound of my voice. I actually was trying to affirm for a happy, healthy, whole relationship, and I was getting that. And I think, like, I mean, it was good. Like, it started, but I just fucking gave up. I don't ever give up. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you guys. Do not ever give up. That's the thing. You will get it no matter how rocky the road is on your way there. Just don't fucking give up, because if I would have just kept doing what I was doing, I would have had what I wanted. I was affirming that I was in a healthy, happy, whole relationship, and I would have been there if I would have just kept going. But my self-concept wasn't good, but it still was happening, and it was happening in a way that, like, I felt secure because of the things he was doing. Like, he was making me feel like it was safe to be in this relationship because of the affirmations I was using. So if I would have just stuck it out. So no, I don't think you have to have a good self-concept to manifest. I will say though, like, if you have really bad fears or trauma because of something that happened, your nervous system probably is dysregulated because of that. And because it was a traumatic event for you, anytime that you start sensing anything that is similar to what happened to you before, your body will trigger you into almost self-sabotaging to make sure that doesn't happen again. So if you had someone cheat on you and that was really traumatizing, if you start seeing anything like that, like the person you're talking to, if you see them start talking to another girl and it starts triggering you, your body is going to go into fight or flight, which you're automatically in the state of someone who isn't safe or secure, and it's going to get projected out, and your chances are you're probably going to manifest that happening to you again. And it's crazy because, like, the whole fight or flight thing's supposed to be protecting you, but yeah, no, it just makes it worse. So if you do have something traumatizing or something that keeps coming up like that, where you're feeling really, really gross, I don't think you have to have a good self-concept, but I do think that, like, if you're going to be in a healthy, happy, whole relationship, that you do need to work on stuff like that, because it is going to keep self-sabotaging your shit so that you can't keep it. So another one, it must sound natural. No, not true. I've used Isn't It Wonderful, and I've gotten tons of things. I never say Isn't It Wonderful, like, that's not something I normally say, but I used that affirmation and I got what I wanted. No, you don't have to affirm and persist a million times a day. That's another one. I actually got rid of a third party. I was very calm. I wasn't obsessed with it, but every time I thought about this third party, and this was more just to, like, I knew about the law and stuff, but this is more just to make myself feel better when I was feeling really icky, because it kept coming up, and he's like, oh, he loves her more. Like, what if he wants to, like, marry her? What if she's better than, like, all this stuff kept coming up, and it did not feel good to me. So I was like, you know what? No, he wants nothing to do with her. He wants nothing to do with her. He thinks she's gross. And I know that's so fucked up. Like, you should never tear anybody else down. But at the time, I was feeling this had happened to me a lot. I got kicked out of my house a couple times for this girl. And it was just really, 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 really bad trauma stuff. So at the time, I was just saying things that made me feel better. And I was like, nope, he wants nothing to do with her. He thinks she's gross. He's repulsed by her. He can't even stand to be around her another second. And you guys, I was only saying it, like, when I thought about it. And the rest of the day, I was, going to work, or I was taking my son to do stuff. But every time I thought about it, I'd be like, nope, he wants nothing to do with her. And it took a while. I don't know if I would have been affirming more, that it would have happened faster, but it was like a month that I started seeing a lot of movement. Like, he would start telling me stuff like, I'm really getting sick of her, but he was still hanging out with her though. So I could have been like, oh, this isn't working, because he was still hanging out with her. But he's like, oh, I'm getting really sick of her. But then I saw that they were at work together, and that triggered me. But I was like, no, he can't even stand to look at her. And it was very triggering, you guys. Like, it was really hard, but I had to, like, say anything I could to make myself feel better. He's like, I was like, no, he thinks she's gross. Like, he thinks her teeth are yellow. He thinks her breast stinks. Like, I just kept saying whatever I could. And after like a month and a half, I had a really triggering thing happen. He didn't come home on time, and he actually was with her. But instead of me reacting, I just kept persisting. It was so triggering, you guys. Like, I was crying, and I knew he was with her, but I just kept affirming. He told me he was with the guys, but then the next day, okay, this is the coolest part. The next day, he told me where he actually was, and he was with her, but that day she had told everyone that he abuses her, and I mean, just made up all these like crazy lies about him and made him look really bad. She got way too drunk, because she's like a drunk, but she got way too drunk. She they found her at work. They found her in the parking garage, extremely drunk. Like, just I feel bad for her, but anyways, I've been so nice to this girl, and she's always been a freaking just not good to me. But anyways, they found her drunk, and her dad asked him to pick her up from the hospital and take her home. He showed me the text from her dad, which I believe, because I've met her dad and he doesn't have a car. So that's where he was, is he was taking her home. And and he literally showed me the text to her dad that said, I want nothing to do with your daughter. Literally exactly what I was affirming. And that night he told me, he's like, no, I was just getting so sick of her. I couldn't even stand to be around her another second. He's like, her teeth are yellow. Like, I couldn't even have sex with her. I didn't even want to have sex with her anymore. He's like, I was telling other guys that were at work to take her off my hands for me. You guys. And I wasn't even affirming all day long. I was only affirming when it came to my mind. So I don't know. Yeah, anyways, this is debunking some stuff from the law of assumption / law of attraction. Also, there's another one. There's a law of attraction one that I really wanted to address, because it fucking bothers the fuck out of me and it pisses me off, is that you have to be what someone else wants you to be. Like, oh, if you're a muscle builder, you have to become a muscle builder in order to be like a vibrational match, because they wouldn't want someone like you, and blah 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 blah. Bullshit. That's bullshit. I hate that. And then there's also Caleb from Pluto's Gate was like saying that, oh, well, your 3P has the man that you want. You need to be like her. Why does she have what you want and you don't? That's so fucking toxic. I fucking hate that. No, you're fucking perfect the way you are. She's not doing anything better. You are just worried that you're not good enough. That's all it is. And if you start saying you are good enough exactly the way you are, then guess what? You don't have to be a vibrational match. You'll be good enough just the way you are. People love you just the way you are because you're perfect just the way you are. So fucking remember that, because the law of attraction is such fucking toxic bullshit. It really is. Don't believe anything. You make the fucking rules. You decide. Like, you don't have to be a fucking model to be with a fucking muscle builder. Don't believe that shit. But anyways, this is the end of my video. I hope that you find some inspiration from it and know that you don't have to follow anybody else's rules but your own. And if you don't believe it, you can fucking test things out for yourself and prove them wrong and then shove it in their face, because no one can tell you what's right in your reality but you. So Yeah, I will see you on the next video, and I hope you all have an amazing day, and yeah, don't listen to other people.